Danny Suarez comedy. Um, I always say Danny Suarez comedy because I think everybody should have like a sense of humor about life. Always never forget to have a sense of humor and be able to make fun of stupid crap in life. Um, I tell you, I was watching this TikTok and this girl who was over 50. She was talking about being how hard it was to date or how hard it is to date after age 50, and that when she meets these guys, they have so much baggage. Well, everybody's got baggage after age 50, but she was just talking about how hard it was to have to deal with that. And I thought about something that happened to me today. I was like sitting in front of this grocery store and trying to get in. I was going to get into my car, and behind me, I could hear a woman calling for help. And I look behind me, and there's this old woman just like sitting on the ground, like with her arms in the air. And I ran over to like help pick her up because she had fallen, and she was clearly in her 90s. She was an much older lady, and she couldn't get up. Nobody would come over and help her as they were like walking by, and I was just like in pure like shock that nobody had run over there fast enough. So I helped her get up, I picked her up and she was all bloody. And that was just trying to get like a grocery cart like to her car, and it was so sad. And I was just thinking like, where's this woman's husband, And he probably passed away years before, but this is why it's not a good idea to think that you are going to survive in any place on the planet by yourself. If you live in America, you live in the most powerfulest country on the planet, and you're spoiled. And so if you think that you're going to get through this life by yourself and that you're going to be misindependent, you're wrong. Okay, there's these people, really believe that they're going to be able to be strong and independent for the rest of their lives, and that's just not true. Once you hit 60s and 70s, that's where things start to really. It looks like it really slows down for people, and it's going to be very tough for them. All you got to do is just look around you. I mean, all of you out there that are in your 20s and 30s are partying all the time, and you're not looking around you. You don't look at these people and look at what they're going through and think, oh, that's not, you don't think that that's going to happen to you someday, but it is going to happen to you someday. And you need to plan for that, and you're not going to be able to do it by yourself, okay? Just because you go to college and you get a degree and then you get a good job still does not mean that you're going to be able to do it by yourself. It's just everybody's path is all screwed up with the future. And some of us will be okay. I'll be okay. All right, but I'm also ex-military. So if you want to survive better in the world, join the military, okay? But it feels good knowing that I've got those benefits. I'm very lucky, and I'm very grateful. But I couldn't do it by myself, Now, look, I live by myself, and, I can do that. Some people can, right? But most of you will not be able to do it by yourself, for sure. And it's just sad to see what women go through as they get older. You really need to start thinking about, what kind of a dynamic do you want to have in the future? You can party, you can only party for so long, and then you gotta get old. And so you have your 20s and your 30s, your 40s and your 50s. Sure, you might. Fine, you can party until then, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. but you really need to be thinking about how to build a good, solid family unit, and it's not going to be the two-person dynamic anymore. I know that's probably what you see around you a lot of times. If you live in a good place where, or a nice place where there's like happy families everywhere, they're they're hard to get, right? Everybody wants to have that after they're done partying, but the real answer to this is ladies, you're gonna have to find one guy, one good high value guy, and you're gonna have to team up with another woman, and then you might have to bring another woman in, but bringing these people into your relationship is creating stability if these people are trustworthy. So you've got to watch each other, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like when I saw that poor old woman just laying on the ground, it was just really sad, because, she's got a son out there that cares for her, but she won't listen to her son about maybe staying home and not doing things that are going to cause her to fall on the ground, like go outside and drive and go to the store and do all these things that she really shouldn't be doing at her age, right? So a lot of times, women don't think about this. They don't think about how hard it's going to get when they get older, and they just think someone else is going to clean up the mess, and I just want to provide a good remedy for that, a good like answer to the problem. Like, you trying to compete with men your whole life, you'll be wasting your time, because as you get older, life is going to get very, very rough for you. And if you don't create that good structure in the beginning, you're going to be screwed in the future, because a lot of you are running around with like shitty health benefits. You go from one job to the next and you get signed up for their health benefits, but you have to track all these insurance like companies, like what you're doing, and like you went to the hospital for this insurance company at this time, and then you did it for this other job with this insurance company. I don't know how hard it is for y'all, but I wouldn't want to live that life. I'm sure it's extremely hard to have to deal with all that stuff. And